Now let's talk about pictures. As we started this module, I explained that it's all about user experience. Pictures are a big contributor to user experience. So it's definitely worth it to really focus one section on just adding pictures. Okay, so now, increasing your user experience through pictures. How are you going to do this? Several ways. First, add pictures when the visual gives a way better representation of your message than with just words. For example, if you are telling people that you buy house in any conditions, you can leave all the junk and will buy it anyways, this picture is fantastic. I have seen plenty of people adding pictures of a house that is completely destroyed. You can even see the outside through the walls, like it's completely destroyed. That's not a very good picture, because chances are you will not resonate with the 80 percentile plus of your ideal traffic with those houses, those pictures, right? The picture I showed here is your typical picture of somebody that just went through their house, took everything they wanted, and left all the crap behind they didn't want. That looks more like a reasonable picture. So keep that in mind, okay? Your picture needs to add actual value. If you do too much, it will take value away, okay? So again, add pictures when the visual is more powerful than just the words. Then, also add pictures when you feel more compared to just the words. So if I told you that yesterday in the news there was a little kid abandoned by the parents for a whole day, and the kid was crying, it's sad. But if they showed a video with some dramatic music in the background and you see the kid crying and crying their eyes out, it's way more effective than just a story, right? So the same here. So if I'm telling you, hey, I'm Jess and I'm Gerald and we buy houses, yeah, absolutely show a picture of Jess and Gerald smiling, happy, confident, competent, to add that little trust, to make me feel better. So this changes the emotion, the state of mind of the user reading that text by adding a picture. So these are very amazing ways to add that extra oomph to your website that pushes people to like you, read more about you, and fill in the forms. Also, add a picture if otherwise the content will be very dull. Let's run an experiment, okay? Read that part here on my screen, on your screen. Read here. It says, "Hi there, I'm Carrie, and I am one of the quickest managers." Just read it within yourself, okay? Just read it. I'll pause right now and just read it. So now, read it again. It reads very differently, right? Now, if you're a male, you were reading it before as in with a male voice, monotone, monologue, boring, dead text. Now it becomes a conversation. Now the text is alive. You're talking to a real person. Now, when you say, "Hi there, my name is Carrie," you'll see Carrie right looking at you. You're imagining a female voice. You're imagining as a female inclination as well. You will now just see you have a conversation with a live person. And she's looking right at you, almost as if she's waiting for you to take some sort of action. It has a huge psychological effect on your traffic when you do these kind of things. By simply adding a picture, you change the entire dynamic of your website as long as you do it correctly. So do you see that I never add a picture for the sake of adding a picture? I add the picture to really manipulate what I want to manipulate to a certain point. It's very specific, it's very strategically placed. That is the best way to add pictures. You can also add pictures to break up blocks of text. And you can add pictures, you can add art, you can add white space, but adding something different that is different from just a block of text will separate the content, which makes it easier to read, more inviting to read, and obviously it makes the content a lot more interesting with the picture. So if without that full width bar separating those two red boxes, or without the picture on the side, it would look just like one boring piece of content that is just not effective. So these are other ways for you to manipulate the readability and the conversion of your website by adding well-placed strategic pictures. And then, as I mentioned earlier, add pictures to provoke emotions or to become memorable. Both of them kind of the same thing, okay? You don't have to be adding pictures to be sad or to be earnest or to be showing some sort of distress or urgency. You can add pictures to make the content lighter. Add more humor. Add more urgency if you want to even. But pictures help with that. A picture of an older lady being very happy that she sold the house is fantastic. For example, it's quite obvious that this woman is not my friend. It's not a personal friend. This is a stranger. This is extremely effective. So that is a very good way to add pictures. And when you are going through this content here, keep a mental note or actually take notes of the points and the ideas you're getting while you're reading this thing. Write them down, because you will forget them, and those are excellent ways to make your website stand out from the rest and make it far more effective converting traffic into leads. Then lastly, add pictures when words alone are ineffective. I can sit here all day long writing that we have a real business and we have a crew and we are awesome and all that jazz. Or I could just put a picture here. You can clearly see there is junk in my trunk. We are flipping a house. We have our own poster, big poster, our own crew, own phone number. We look like an actual business. Are you going to describe in your text that, hey, I have 2 GMCs, they are 27 feet long, and in one of the GMCs I have all kinds of junk because of flipping house? Are you really going to describe all of this in your content? No, obviously nobody's going to read it. I bet they'll think you're crazy. But adding a picture, you do not have to specifically say it or mention it in order for them to be able to see it, right? So this picture just feels legit because it's way easier for this picture to be real than to fake this, right? I would have to buy 2 trucks and hire a team of people. It wouldn't make any sense. So by adding this picture, it's far more effective to convey credibility than it will be with text alone.